Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rescue World podcast. We are a podcast speaking to youth workers, those who are working with young people or who desire to work with young people who are rescuing your world. We want to say thank you for listening, following, liking, subscribing, and you are in for a treat today. Today, I have a friend with me, Brian Dunn, and man, we go back a little ways, and it's really cool that we get a chance to kind of connect on there. Thank you so much for being on the podcast today, Brian.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So Brian does a little bit of everything. But honestly, I first connected with him over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We were both youth pastors in the same region, and got to just connect, man. And literally today, you're still youth pastoring and still loving on kids. You've been a youth pastor over 10 years now.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. It's been a while.
Well, I'd love to just what do you think has kept you in the game as a youth pastor? Just let's just jump right into that, because I just think
Sure.
the longevity of youth pastors today is not as strong as it should be, especially because you look at young people and what they really need, longevity wise.
Yeah.
And so what's kept you in the game for 10 years, man? This is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, thank you. Honestly, it's an honor to be able to serve young people. It really is. And I feel like, just as you said, the young people, they need someone consistent in their lives.
Yeah.
A lot of young people these days have inconsistency, which also, in my opinion, breeds this uncertainty about, okay, well, how consistent is God?
Yeah.
How consistent is hope? How consistent is love?
Wow.
If people come and go in my life?
Yeah.
And so I recognized that early on,
Okay.
definitely from the impact I was making. And then teens are fun. It's messy. It's a lot. But if you can see the joy in it, it does something to you.
No.
For sure. And honestly, I am often wondering, okay, what's next in my life?
Okay.
What should I do?
Yeah.
And it was very clear to me early on, just in my heart, recognizing you are called to young people and to serve them.
Yeah.
And so when I am asked, how are you still doing this? Because we're getting close to about 17, 18 years that I've been doing this.
Wow.
Well, it's the last thing I was told to do. So when I pray, when I determine, okay, what's next for me? It's the only thing I know is the last thing I was told.
Wow.
And that's to serve young people. So here I am still doing it.
Wow. Well, that's powerful, because I think especially in our ambitious culture, right? Everybody's looking for the next thing up, and it doesn't mean that those questions don't come. I mean, people are always asking, Lord, what's next, and where are you calling me, and what do you want me? But just the settling and man, that's the last thing I was told to do, and that was 17 or 18 years ago. That's pretty epic. Also, I don't think God changes his mind as fast as we sometimes think he does. And so
that's a good point.
We hear people all the time the Lord called me to this, and then 6 months later, the Lord called me to
and
here.
it's something else, and it's something else.
And it's really? I don't know that we're serving the same God.
Right.
Because to me, honestly, it's similar. I feel man, what God called us here at Rescue Generation, this wasn't some short-term plan.
Okay.
And no, it's Lord, what are you up to?
Yeah.
And man, go after a generation. Great, I can do that. Until the Lord says something completely different, right? And and so I just love that. It's the last thing he said.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so just trusting God with it.
Now you do way more than just youth pastor. You're also a therapist.
I am a therapist.
Okay.
Yes.
And real quick, what is the biggest difference, and then maybe some similarities between pastoring and therapy?
Yeah.
Because obviously they are different,
yes.
Drastically different, and I imagine there's probably some real similarities as well.
Yeah.
In the context of the work that's done and connecting with young people and things like that.
Sure.
So what would you say,
Sure.
especially we get a lot of youth workers that are listening to our stuff, and
Okay.
And so it actually just may be fun even today to pick some of your brain as a therapist. Help us, Brian. We all need help here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's the biggest difference or similarity?
Sure. And I'm continuing to grow as a therapist. Yeah. Definitely haven't been a therapist as long as I've been a youth pastor.
Fair.
But love it all the same, because I'm just about helping people. So how are people helped? And people in this people helping business, Jose, they start to recognize there's a lot of different ways to do that.
Okay.
And so youth pastoring is one way. Pastoring is one way. And how I see pastoring is shepherding.
Okay.
I'm caring for the individual as well as the flock overall.
Okay.
And how all of them need to be led together.
Yep.
So I'm big on the individual growth and I'm big on community.
Okay.
So what does the Bible say? What are we supposed to be as responsible people, as children, as citizens of the kingdom? What does that look like? The therapy world, at least as far as what's different, the therapy in my mind goes really deep psychologically, and also how that affects us emotionally, and those effects there. So spiritually, because we are tripart beings, you know, we are body, soul, and spirit. So spiritually, what does that look like from a pastor? And then mentally, emotionally, what does that look like from the therapy? Now, as a therapist, let's see, I became a licensed therapist in 2020. I took advantage of the shutdown and everything to study and get prepped and actually become licensed. Been doing therapy work since maybe 2014, something like that, but licensed in 2020. And the exciting part that I get to help now is, especially for those who want Christian therapy, we're going to attack the whole thing. The spirit, the soul, all of that. And so I feel like people want to be helped and they need to be helped. So from a pastor perspective, let me give you the word and let's walk this through. Let's understand what it means to be a disciple of Christ.
That's so good.
As a therapist, let's go deep into what's going on in your mind. Let's go back. Some therapists don't necessarily like going into your past. They have a different modality of how people are helped.
I actually didn't know that. I thought all therapists go into your past.
Not exactly. Not exactly.
All right, cool.
Some it looks a little more like coaching. It's more like, let's get you helped. Let's get you feeling better. If you're feeling better, you're going to be able to make better choices. They go that route. I see a bigger picture. So I focus on maybe what has happened to you when you were younger. How did you become who you are now? And then not necessarily look at everything from just a spiritual lens. What is also going on with you mentally and emotionally? So that looks like your thinking patterns, the choices that you're making. It's all coming from somewhere. And a lot of times we don't realize that our patterns of behavior mimic things that we've seen in the past. How our parents may have raised us, things we've seen from our aunties, uncles, guardians, whatever environment we were in. And so it's about breaking some of those mental strongholds, healing from any trauma or pain that's happened there, which can take a while. But it's similar in the sense that you're still walking with the person.
So good.
And so with pastoring, with doing therapy, it's how can I walk with you and help you along your journey so that you become a total healed person. No matter what that may have looked like for you in the past.
Well, number one, I love the healing being the focus because I often think that pastoring is bringing a level of healing to the flock, right? The things that are getting in the way, and definitely from a spiritual component, what does it look like to be a follower of Christ? But we live in a broken world, and people need Jesus. They need help, and I love that so much of your focus is on really helping them feel better, but also like really heal. Now, we talked a little bit about this earlier. We don't live in the therapy space at Rescue Generation. We live in the coaching space. And to me, I would be very upfront and say, like, we're not therapists. We don't have the clinical understanding of therapists, right? We don't have the education that therapists have. We don't have... really, I would say even the tone and way of being that therapists have. To me, I've experienced coaches being a little rigid sometimes and a little like what's the thing, like we're trying to get. And so it's really clear that we're not therapists. And I still feel like there's some similarities. It feels like we're both asking questions. We're both like, processing with people just what their journey is, what's getting in the way of the life they want to live and things like that. Would love to just hear your thoughts on like maybe the difference between coaching and therapy. So kind of, and just what's your take on that? I know we talked a little bit earlier about it, and I thought what you shared was really valuable. But how do you see it going like together? And then how do you like, where's the like line?
Yeah.
Like, yo, you need therapy, not coaching. And then is there another vice versa line of that of like, well, yeah, maybe you don't need therapy. Maybe you just need a coach now. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Sure. Yeah. Several thoughts.
Okay. Yeah.
But I love it though. I love it. Because what I believe makes coaching so great are the questions that are asked.
Okay.
And if you can ask the right questions.
Yeah.
Ask good questions.
Yep.
You can bring about so much revelation for somebody.
That's so good.
You can. The same thing can happen in the therapy room. Asking those right questions. Therapists are trained to be attentive, to be patient, to be careful, mindful, and also sensitive, because just because you ask one person in therapy a question doesn't mean this other person's going to respond the same.
Okay.
So it's taking time to learn the person, start where they're at, and then build from there. What I have found with coaching can often ask those right questions and then help people like, I want you to rise to this level.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this for you. Come on and come up here.
Yeah.
Therapy does a little bit different. A good therapist would come down.
Good distinction there.
Yes. A good therapist will ask the questions to really get where you are.
Okay.
Like, okay. And then patiently take the time to get somebody where they need to be. You know?
Yeah.
I say good therapist because there are some therapists that I've seen that will have more of a coaching mindset in the therapy room.
Okay.
And a person can feel so burdened.
Yeah.
Such a hard place that they need a little more TLC.
Yeah, no, it's so good. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fascinating to me. And I also can see it, right? Like if I'm signing up for therapy, I'm not saying this is across the board. I think you could just do maintenance too.
Yeah.
But there's a chance like I'm in some level of crisis. I'm in some level of oh shoot, I need help. There's something there that's like prompting me to be like, I need a therapist, right? Like, and so the extra TLC to me makes a whole lot of sense. And from the coaching that I've experienced, there's usually not a lot of that. It can be pretty rigid. And I would imagine if I went into a therapy room needing somebody to sit with me and like process something with me, and I'm getting like shortcutted and like, I'm probably going to leave out of there a little frustrated, just because like, I just think when people do like come like, all right, I actually need therapy around a topic. I know me and my wife, we were talking recently and I was like, you know what, I might need to go process this with a therapist and not a coach. Okay. And I have coaches. I love coaching, right? I'm like, there are things that I need to process with a coach.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how do I grow this thing? How do I become who I'm supposed to become? How do I accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish?
Yeah, that's
to me, that sounds coaching.
Yeah,
right?
that's
I'm like,
good.
I need to go to a coach for that. When my insecurity is showing up, like, and I'm like, oh, that's loud right now. And I'm like, to me, I'm like, no, I probably need a therapist for that. And I don't know why I would need a therapist for that over a coach, but I'm like, to me, that feels like I actually need somebody to like sit with me and process something along those lines. Just to help me like process what it is, how I got here. Like, cause I think that's a part of what I assume therapy is like also the how did I get here part.
Yeah. And that's a big piece too. And that's why I try to look at the big picture.
Yeah.
Because we sometimes really don't recognize how we might have been hurt,
or
where things might be more traumatic, where we're patching up and thinking, that's just what happened to me, but it's my calling or gifting. And I'm like, well, as you said, the insecurity is loud.
Yeah.
You're bleeding on people.
Yeah.
And you're doing more damage than good.
Thank you for mentioning the bleeding thing, because I think that is the telltale of like, you don't need a coach if you're bleeding. You need a therapist.
Yeah.
You need a doctor. Like you need somebody with a real education, with a real scientific background that can help like really sit with like, why are you bleeding? And because especially in leadership, especially in youth ministry, what we often think is that we're good at compartmentalizing. We think, well, they're not going to see that side of me, but it always. Lady I really admire a lot named Jean Marie. She says we're leaky vessels. we're always leaking. Like it's always coming out. It's oozing out of us, right? And in leadership, that's true. And so the bleeding thing, man, I think is like, yeah, you're spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's recognizing for people, are you bleeding? Are you hurting?
Yeah.
And what is it that you want versus what's actually happening?
Yeah.
And is there a discrepancy? Is there a difference? Because cognitively, there could be something in competition, some dissonance, and that needs to be explored.
Wow. Well, that really is fascinating for me, especially because I feel like I'm a student of coaching, and I'm loving the type of coaching RAG is doing right now. I feel like we're seeing more results than we've ever seen.
That's awesome.
And we've
awesome.
grown quite a bit. And we work with kids with a really high trauma background, and and so some of it is like, I think Pablo is one of the people that like sometimes the breakthrough doesn't come in the question with these students. It comes in sharing a sandwich, and it comes in, you know what I mean, like let's just connect, and because they just need somebody to care more than anything, right? So it's been really special, but I'm really grateful for the work that you're doing.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I do. It's, again, however I can help people.
Yeah.
And so doing the schooling, getting the degree, getting the license, all of that, I feel just adds another ability to be able to help somebody and meet them where they're at.
No, that's awesome. Now, talk about healing. Not only are you helping people like mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you also had to navigate your own healing journey, and you got a whole documentary out now about your journey and what that meant.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what happened, and I just would love to hear some of that story. You needed healing, and then how did all that transpire?
Right. It was definitely a journey. I like to call it a journey.
Okay.
Because there was a beginning, there was a middle, and now I'd like to say that this is an end.
Okay.
A new, different understanding of this journey.
Okay.
And I call it that because I don't like to see it as just something that just happened to me.
Okay.
Also, at the same time, it's not who I am. It's not this whole new identity that I have.
So good.
I do believe that the things that happen to us in our life, they really do happen.
Yeah.
And I'll talk to people who act like things never happen to them.
That part.
That's not healthy.
Yeah.
And then those who make it their whole identity too.
Yeah.
So, it's a part of your story now. It's a piece of it.
Brian.
None of it's not all of it.
Hold on. Can I just pause there for a second? That is a really profound thought. And I know you were gonna just like move past that because that's just you,
sure,
naturally who you are. But like, whoa, the dichotomy of like somebody literally like dismissing what happens, or somebody making their whole identity around what happens. You see that all the time, especially in leadership, and like, man, especially going through what you're probably gonna tell us that you went through.
Yeah,
like. To not make your whole identity around that is like incredible and powerful, and kudos to you. But also, I don't want our listeners to miss that.
Okay.
Like just because something has happened to you, for you, about you, from you, whatever, like that does not have to become your whole identity. And that's just wow. Thank you for that. Yeah.
It's how a person can really heal and work through trauma.
Wow.
You put it in its rightful place.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's not just like, okay, I'm done with that.
Yeah.
But no, it's what does that mean now that you are different as a person because of that?
Okay, sorry.
I just
had to like that was whoa, that blessed me.
No, right. Thank you. And part of it, the journey that I had helped me understand that.
Okay.
Because at the time I didn't fully know what was going on, and I had to just navigate this.
Okay.
So what happened was when I was 28 years old, I was diagnosed with lupus.
Oh wow.
Lupus nephritis. So lupus of the kidneys. Now lupus is this autoimmune disease that has this ability to affect different organs in different parts of the body that can be hard to determine what exactly is going on because it shows up oddly.
Okay.
So for most people who get diagnosed with lupus, it causes fatigue. It can cause a rash on the skin. It can make other organs fail because its nature is attacking healthy tissue.
Wow.
That's the thing. It confuses what's wrong with what's right.
Wow.
So, our immune system should be attacking things that are unhealthy. Lupus will attack things that are healthy.
Yeah, wow.
And so for me, when I was diagnosed with lupus at 28, it was attacking my kidneys. That was the primary effect.
I don't know if you know this, but there could be a whole spiritual analogy to like lupus in churches and like, like
oh shoot.
Like I was like, you know how many times I come across like unhealthy people that are attacking what's healthy? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
okay, man,
that
come
was
on
the
now,
other
come on,
world.
come on.
But
Yeah, no, that's a word.
Sorry, I was
that's
just like, dang, it literally attacks what's healthy. That's crazy. Yeah,
and it's weird. And there's a whole foundation and everything because they're trying to understand the extent of it. Lupus is determined common. However, it's most common in women. Okay. Much more common. I think 9 out of 10 cases are with women.
Okay.
And so I was one of the one.
Okay.
And it found its way with me. It's also found to be genetic. And so there are several family members, both close and close and distant relatives who've experienced lupus in their life. And so for me, when I was 28, diagnosed with it because I couldn't understand why all of a sudden, not quite all of a sudden, but this growing, building brain fog, loss of energy, even just swelling. It was like, okay, what is going on? And, I love people. I love serving. And the first thing I thought was, okay, am I going too hard? Am I doing too much?
Are you burnt out?
And so I would check myself. I would, still go to the gym. I'd at least run and do things that maintain my health. But truthfully, Jose, it got pretty bad pretty quick where I was hospitalized it was 38 days.
Wow.
Just from beginning to end in a hospital.
Wow.
Them trying to determine, okay, how can we slow this down? What's really going on here? I had shown signs of bizarre health anomalies before that, but it was at that time when I was 28 that it really started to take a full head.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, 28, you're diagnosed with that. You're also in ministry. Mm-hmm. You also believe in Jesus. Yeah. And you're a therapist by this point?
I'm doing therapy work.
Okay, so you're at least in the therapy world.
I'm considered an associate in AMFT at the time.
Yeah. So how does somebody like you process a diagnosis like that? Right?
Yeah.
Like, what was that like to take all that in light of your faith, because I think sometimes we hear, these diagnoses with people of faith, and either it's like one of two things. It's like Jesus is gonna heal me, and like everything's good, or it's the other way of like it just kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
What was that processing like for you?
Yeah, and it's a great question because for a little while I did not know what to do.
Okay.
And that was something I felt I was good at, knowing what to do.
Okay.
And things worked, for me pretty well up until that point.
Yeah.
But when I got to that moment, I didn't know what to do. But there was something that I had learned along the way, that if I don't understand something, there's a good chance that I'm missing information.
Okay.
And so then the smartest thing to do was to learn and to find out.
Okay.
So when I was diagnosed with lupus, and of course, I'm still pastoring, I'm still I'm doing therapy at this point. Now the question is, well, what do I need to learn? What do I need to find out? And so there must be something I don't know.
Wow.
So let me not quickly jump to a conclusion.
Okay.
And be like, okay, well, I'm just going to walk in my authority. God's going to heal me. This is going to be gone. It's not going to be my story, this and whatever. I'm standing on, like, God can do anything.
Yeah.
And at the same time, God can teach me something here.
Wow.
So let me learn. Let me come from a position of learning.
Okay.
Now, after a while in a hospital, after 6 days, I'm like, I'm done learning now. What do we need to do here?
Yeah.
But I recognize that when I was in the hospital for that period of time, and which was still just the beginning of all this, when I was hospitalized at that time, I was beginning to see the difference it was making with other people. And since I'm all about impact, I'm like, wow, people are coming and seeing, my endurance and my resilience. Like, hey, he's still going strong. He's still believing.
Wow.
And I recognized I was not in pain. I was not losing my life. I was just had to be in the hospital.
Yeah.
They're doing tests after test after test. I'm like, so just be patient and do what you know to do.
Yeah.
And so I feel like in the story in the Bible with David, he conquered Goliath by first being able to conquer the lion and the bear.
Yeah.
And there were some lions and some bears before this.
Okay.
And so now I was like, okay, Lord, this seems bigger than I am. And yet at the same time, I know who you are.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to trust you through the process.
So good.
Yeah.
Now, that's the beginning. Okay. So you're in
Yeah.
there for 30 some odd days.
38 days.
38
And then
days.
I finally am released.
And then what happens from there? Because then what's the middle part? Because I'm like, that's tragic. And why is that not the middle part of this already? Like,
right.
Yeah.
Because things got really beautiful at that point. After that, I got married.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And so, which was just beautiful and phenomenal. And wife and I, we got a condo, and I'm still doing ministry. Now I'm about to get licensed as a therapist.
Okay.
And then about 2 years go by from the time I was hospitalized until this point, where started to take another turn. So my health started to really change. To be honest with you, lupus has flares. So things can flare up.
Okay.
But it always needs some kind of trigger.
Okay.
And what I didn't recognize at the time was there were triggers that were happening before that were leading to where I am. And so this second flare-up was another trigger. I was at a school, a non-public school, working with students again. And we had this girl, this girl was a new girl, enraged and violent, and she was upset. She's throwing desks. So I'm a therapist at this school.
Yeah.
And there's only 3 therapists at this school. So, okay, who's available to help with this girl? It's me. So I'm there. Now, Jose, I dodged the first 5 desks. Okay.
Oh, shoot.
I'm standing back. I'm helping. But the 6th one nicked me right in the knee.
Oh, no.
And at the time when I got sick again, I didn't recognize what the trigger was. But going back, it was that moment that after several weeks started this snowball of health challenges. And so I was talking to the nutritionist, I was talking to the doctor, but it was accelerating so fast that I had to be hospitalized again.
Oh, man.
Now, this hospitalization was only 2 weeks, but it started this long series of health complications and challenges.
Oh, wow.
So now they're like, we need to put you on a temporary dialysis because now your kidneys are spilling all kind of protein. The creatinine is going high, and it's slowly starting to affect other organs again.
Man.
Yeah.
And you're how old now?
So now I am 31.
31 years old, healthy most of your life, right? Like living a great life, helping a lot of people.
Still going strong. Yeah.
Yeah, and yet now you're hit with this like complicated health issue. What sustained you during like all of this? Like how were you able to navigate this? Because I'm listening to you now and I'm like, number one, you seem real cool, calm, and collected, and I've always known you to be that way. Were you that way throughout all of this?
I was that first time around,
Okay.
that 6-month period where I was hospitalized and then afterwards in recovery and all of that. This time of my life was a little different.
Okay.
Because now I'm really starting to question. Now I'm really starting to feel like in a really low, dark place.
Okay.
Because one, like, okay, Lord, now I'm starting to question, okay, what's fair at this point? You know,
Okay.
because that question's starting to come up.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been doing the right things.
Yeah.
Saying the right things.
Yeah.
I'm caring for people, your people, you know? What do you need from me? Because now the doctors are questioning, okay, I had a doctor tell me because I was swollen and I am unable to work. I'm going back and forth to the hospital. And now I have this sinus infection and like stuff is just coming out my nose. And I'm like, I don't know what this is. So I'm trying to tell my doctor I have a sinus infection. And he looks at me and he says, you don't have a sinus infection. You have lupus. I'm sorry, Mr. Dunn, but this is your life. And for a brief moment, because I was in such a low place, I'm not going to lie to you, I felt defeated.
Dang.
I did.
Well, when you got an expert, like, or, you know, telling you like
something I don't know, and this accelerating so fast, and he's like, this is it. This is it.
Wow.
And so I'm not going to lie. I thought I had faith. I thought I had strength, resilience, all of that, you know. But a large part is that, Lord, why would you allow me to get married? We've only been married a year. Only 1 year. She didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, dang.
And she's watching this.
It's a whole other story. Wow, yeah.
Yeah. And, people still believing, people still praying, people still standing strong. But I'm like, Lord, I'm recognizing I have been doing a lot of this on my own strength. On my own wisdom.
Okay.
Didn't realize it until you start to get emptying of everything that you know and are comfortable with.
Wow. Yeah, when it's just outside of you at this point. Like you don't, there's nothing else that you could do here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I preach this. I tell this to students.
This is what I'm literally processing. I'm like, we say this all the time.
We
like,
do.
Yo, when you get to the end of yourself, trust Jesus or whatever it is. And yet like now you're faced with like, oh man,
yeah,
I have nothing else.
Yes.
Dang.
My back is genuinely against the wall.
Wow.
There's nothing else I can do.
Wow.
And so there's a scripture that came to mind, and that was Exodus 14:14.
Okay.
And that's where the Lord told Moses, stand still. The Lord will fight for you. Just stand. When you've done all, you just stand. God had been too good. He invested too much. I know him to be true.
Yeah.
I know it's real. So now I just stand.
Okay.
And just wait.
Okay.
And just wait on the Lord. And just do what I know to do. And so I continue to push forward.
Yeah.
Go to those appointments. So this lasted, dialysis, all that. This was a good year and a half.
Okay.
Of just believing, standing. Had friends come and console me. Some who knew what to say, some who didn't.
Oh man,
I was like,
you had some Job type okay. friends. I was like,
okay,
it was your sin. You did it.
I get it.
Wow.
But Jose, I promise you, the thing that really started to turn things around was recognizing maybe I'm going about this the wrong way. Maybe there's another way to healing in my solution. Because I do believe I'm going to live. I'm going to survive.
Okay.
I know this is not my end.
Okay.
There was a point in the hospitalization where I was there in the room and things seemed to be fine. And then next thing you know, I black out. Lost consciousness. My wife gets called. She's at home. She gets called. She says, you need to come to the hospital right now. He coded blue. And so they came, they rushed, the doctor's coming in. Man. They're cussing like, what happened here? And honestly, I still don't fully understand that either.
Okay.
Because then it happened again. And so then I had to be intubated. Now I'm now in the hospital for another month.
Oh man.
In this period. But I already knew in my heart, I said, Exodus 14:14, I need to stand still. I need to keep going. God's got me. Some way I'm going to be able to do this. The doctors told me one of the ways that you can get better is if you got a new kidney. Your kidneys might come back, but at this point, it's been a year something. You might need to get on the list.
Oh, man.
Now, I don't know if you know about waiting for a kidney or that list.
I've seen people, and that's not a fast process at all.
No. It's like almost 100,000 people waiting for a kidney just in the U.S. alone. And it's like 13 people die every day waiting for a kidney.
Jesus.
And so, you could be on a list, probably take an average of 5 to 7 years, something like that. Most people just continue to go on dialysis to, get the kidney help. And for the time I was on dialysis, it's just what I needed to do. And just believe in God, okay, maybe a solution can be presented this way. Maybe it's not a miraculous healing. Maybe it could be through someone.
Okay.
A sacrificial gifting, So I'm like, okay, let me be open to being on the list here.
Okay.
So then my wife is like, well, can I give him mine? And they're like, well, I mean, you'd have to understand the magnitude of what you're saying here,
Sure.
And I'm looking at her like, babe, I don't know what goes into like giving up a kidney, but the surgery and all of that. I'm like, and she's like, no, well, at least just can I get tested to see if I can? Because it is a series of tests in order to determine if a person can give a kidney.
Okay.
Blood type matters, tissue type matters. There's a couple of things. She was 100% match. She was a perfect match.
No way.
She got tested, took a couple months. Perfect match. And she, without hesitation, said, I will give you my kidney. And I mean, everything in me wanted to say, because I don't want my baby. We just got married. Like, you didn't sign up for this.
Yeah.
But what do you mean you're a match? I said, God,
Was there a part of you that hoped that she wasn't?
There was a part of me that I wanted her. I had a dream that she gave me her kidney, and I woke up with the kidney, and she didn't make it. Jesus. And I said, I don't know if I can go through with this, Lord. There is a risk of fatality, with this, sure. Doctors are experienced, they know what to do, but they said, if she's a match, we can make this happen for you if you agree to this. Now, of course, we've got to sign advance directives, so if we don't wake up, what happens, all of that. And so it's a long process, and going through everything, and they prepped us, and you have to go through a lot of seminars and conversations,
sure.
and talking through, and understanding medication and challenges, all of that, family history, all of that.
Yeah.
And so we did it. She didn't hesitate at all. We got to the surgery room. We did the surgery, and it was 100% successful.
Oh my God.
Not an issue at all. It worked.
For her and for you.
For her and for me.
Jesus.
That was in August 2020. And I have been living, thriving, and doing what I know God's called me to do since then.
Oh my God. Man, that I don't think I knew she gave you her kidney. I follow you on socials, and I've seen a lot of your posts, maybe not all of them,
but
clearly,
sure.
But whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. And sometimes I still look at her and I think, man, I look at myself and think, okay, Lord, you've allowed me to be strong, and you've allowed me to fight and to, come up against situations with full. When I look at her, that's God already knew. God already knew.
Wow. I'm I don't know. I'm deeply moved. That to me is love. You know what I mean? In just a very real, sincere, authentic way. It's a type of union that people don't sign up for, and yet we say it at our vows all the time. Till death do us part, and in sickness and in health. And for her to say man, I'll give you mine, and then to go through with that, the way that it all happened is wow.
Yeah, 100%.
Now you have a documentary out, and is it this story? What's the documentary about?
The documentary is this story.
Okay.
It is called The Decision.
Okay.
And it really centers on this whole battle, because truly, Jose, I would tell a piece of this story to someone.
Sure.
And they would be like, oh my gosh, you had lupus, or, oh, whoa, you coded blue? What? Oh, you needed a kidney transplant? Your wife gave you, anytime I would tell a piece, it's whoa. And so I had to find a way to tell this story.
Okay.
And put it somewhere, because people need this kind of hope that it's possible, it's real. And when you think you know the whole story, when you think you know what's going on, you really don't. Especially when it comes to God, the master storyteller, the master orchestrator. He will see things from the beginning, the middle, and the end, and he'll have a way of bringing about victory that everybody benefits from it.
Jesus.
And so I'm a living witness to that.
Man. Now, what does your wife do? profession wise?
Yeah.
Like what world does she live in?
I know she's awesome. She's also cool, calm, and collected.
Okay.
Very, very easygoing. Her name is Ebony. She is a senior marketing specialist for a firm that works with construction agencies to win projects around the city and around Southern California and throughout just throughout the whole this region of the country.
Okay.
And it's awesome to see because she loves to design, she loves to orchestrate, she's an administrator, she's a planner, she's a graphic designer. She does lots of those kinds of things.
No, that's great.
Some technical work and very detail oriented.
Yeah.
And
well, I think it's cool just to even note somebody willing to do that for their husband working, and I'm not at all downplaying her job, but working a high level position job, but it is like a 9 to 5, right? It's like a kind of a day in, day out thing. And it's not like I'm not saying she's not a pastor, but it's not like a pastoral ministry role. Yeah. And it's not like, you know what I mean?
Fivefold kind of
exactly.
Work.
Like that's, And yet man, her obedience and her willingness just to say yes to something like this created a level of healing for you, but also for so many other people that are going to hear the story. I'm imagining marriages are going to be healed out of this type of a story, right? There's just so much that I think this goes into, and I'm like, wow.
Yes, dang. Exactly. So I'm encouraging her. I'm like, hey, there is a move happening here.
Yeah.
Your decision, because she's the one that made the decision here. Her yes here has been able to make a pathway for so many others. And so we plan on doing quite a bit of marriage type of ministry to help with others, especially who are maybe facing their own low moments, health challenges, or just discrepancies between the two. What does love look like in that kind of sacrifice? We are working on a couple of things. I'm writing a book because I've got to make sure this is the full extent of this thing is on paper. They can see things from beginning to end. So that's coming soon. And then just with her and I, we've got 2 kids now. We've been able to have a whole lot of life back.
Oh, man.
And believing that this was, like I was saying earlier, this is a piece of our story. It is not the whole thing, but I'm definitely not dismissing it.
You see how even as you're sharing it, I got so sucked into it that in my mind, I'm like, this is the whole thing here, right? And yet your ability to be to hold it out and open and it's not the whole thing. Yeah. This is just a part of it. That's really powerful and special.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
And I feel like this genuinely helps me in my pastoring and the therapy work because not only does it inspire others, because I am open about it, but it also helps me just be patient and understanding of where people are at.
Yeah.
I've got people who come to me now and they're like, oh, my problems aren't as big as yours was. I heard that, but I'm like, no. I like to say a person who drowns in 70 feet of water is just as dead as someone who drowns in 7. You can't compare traumas. What's real for you is real for you, and what's real for me is real for me. Dang. But let me use what happened in my life to be able to minister and connect with you.
Wow.
Because I know what it feels like to feel like your back is against the wall.
Brian, how important is healing in ministry, in leadership, in life, and all aspects of it? Because I feel like we talked through the gambit of healing from spiritually to emotionally, mentally, but then now physically. There just feels like there's this overarching theme around your life and really helping people to heal. What would you say to leaders out there right now that are wounded, that are hurt, that may be physically unwell, that may be mentally, spiritually unwell? What would you say to them in light of just their own journey and from where you've came from?
Yeah, thank you. The first thing I would do is accept the reality.
Okay.
Sometimes as leaders, we don't want to admit that maybe we are hurt or something is broken or something is wronged in our life, because what does that look like for the people we're trying to help, They're not going to think I'm credible or something like that. But in actuality, what you've gone through actually can give you that credibility.
Facts.
Can
Yeah.
you be transparent? There's so much victory in transparency.
Yeah, it's so good.
So that's why I try my best to stay open. And so where we're wounded or where we're hurt, admit that it's real, but you've got to be willing to get that change and that help.
Oh, man.
You know, it's possible to get healing. I believe in going from wounds to scars.
Okay.
That's how I like to think of healing,
Yeah.
from wounds to scars, because if I'm wounded somewhere and you can't see it underneath, but something happens or you touch it, you know, I might wince or I might be in pain or show it that way, you know, because we'll always show when we're hurt by something.
Oh, absolutely.
We always will.
Yeah.
But we do need to be healed from it. So if we're wounded somewhere, we've got to get that wound to a scar.
Okay.
At least that's how I like to frame it.
Yeah.
So the scar allows us to, because if we're wounded, okay, where it's open, the flesh, it's infected, and you know, you can, you know, it can travel in through your body, you know, sepsis, whatever that looks like. You know, the wounds affect different areas of our lives. But the healing process looks like being able to treat it, whatever that antiseptic or whatever the hydrogen peroxide or whatever you need to do to that wound to get that healing, talking to people, forgiving yourself, what you knew and what you didn't know. Whatever that looks like, so that it can heal to a scar. Because a scar, if you touch it, it ain't gonna hurt.
Yeah.
It's not gonna bother you.
Right.
But it's still there. It's shown that you've gone through something. And so if it bothers you, if something comes up inside of you when it's addressed, there's still more healing needed.
Oh, that's so good.
Wait till that's a scar where you could talk about it, and you can know pain has hurt. So it's not like you just talk about it as if it was nothing.
Yeah.
But talk about it as if like, no, there once was something here and now I'm better.
Wow. That's you know, we do a whole lesson in our Success Club around pain and really trying to help students understand that at a very early age. Kind of minus the therapeutic side of it, but just essentially like we'll give them like you know, on Google you look at like how to heal a wound or something, and it gives you like these pretty basic like address the wound, you know,
exactly,
cover it, you know, like the whole thing. And so what we do is we metaphorically talk about what that looks like how do you know, stop the bleeding. I'm forgetting them all right now, but like cover the wound, don't air it out, don't go, you know, share it all on social media, like, so we'll say stuff like that, right?
Perfect.
Because that's really, you know, you're contaminating other people, but really helping people. I love the language from going from a wound to a scar, because you're right. I know when I was divorced, and it was so hard, and when I got out here, the Holy Spirit, I just feel like prompted me to not talk about it right away. And a part of that was because I was hurt.
Yeah.
And if I would have talked about it right away, I would have said all types of things that were unhealthy. I would have been bleeding on people. I would have been bad mouthing her. Wow. And she wasn't a bad lady. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
sure.
Just in the pain of everything, is, you know, you're looking for somebody to blame. You're looking for like, and I was very much in that victim conversation.
Okay.
And
okay.
After a while, though, after I just sat and processed everything, I felt like I was able to talk about it without bad mouthing her, without airing out stuff. Yeah. And but it took a level of healing first.
Yeah.
So where that became a scar. Now, you know, I can tell people, you know, I've been married and divorced and things like that. It's a part of my story. It's a part of my story.
Exactly.
It's not the story.
It's not the story.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah.
Fascinating. Now, we're wrapping up our time here. You're also speaking, things like that now. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So that's the latest thing I've been challenged with, because it's fueled my my story has fueled my therapy work as well as the pastoring, but now recognizing what is the message in all of this.
Okay.
How can this whole 7-year journey be translated into something that can move somebody from where they are to where they really want to be?
Good.
And so I believe in giving resilience. I believe in mental wealth.
Okay.
And then also just helping people just wherever they might be stuck. Now, my focus is still young people, just a heart for that.
Great.
And so wherever that leads.
Great.
But I've had the opportunity to speak at a couple schools now.
Oh, cool.
Which has been really awesome.
Great.
And then I've been getting connected to the world of the district level and supervisors who work with former foster youth, homeless youth
in
in districts in that population. And so as when I've stepped into this, opportunities came, and so I'll be speaking actually this weekend in San Diego.
Okay.
At a conference there, doing
Let's
a
go.
workshop on how to use therapy practices when it comes to working with those kinds of students and that population. And then
Come on, man.
I'll be doing a graduation in May for those who finish high school, even for those who were homeless through their high school journey. So
Let's go, Brian.
So I'm just going forward with it,
Okay.
and believing God the whole way.
What is the message? If you had to sum up the message in like a sentence, what's the message?
The message is, to say it real poignantly.
No, I know.
Man,
Put you on the spot here.
I know, I know. The message is, don't look at what you see, but look at what you can't see. Because what I saw was pain, what I saw was hurt, what I saw was a diagnosis,
Yep.
what I saw was loss, what I saw was health issues. But what I couldn't see was hope, possibility, victory, the chance to live again. That was getting harder and harder to see. But when I fixed my eyes on what was possible, on what was there, it allowed me to no longer focus on, the temporal, the current conditions that I'm in.
Yeah.
Because I'm so much more than the conditions.
Yeah, wow.
So the message is, you are so much more than your current circumstances.
Good.
You are bigger than that.
Yeah.
Focus on what's possible and what
Yeah.
you can see. And what you focus on determines your reality.
It's good. I feel like that's just a word for youth workers out there. Don't focus on what you can see, but really anchor yourself in what you cannot see. There is hope beyond your current circumstances. There's hope beyond your current trials. And I'm not just talking about in your youth ministry context or like what's going good at your church or not. I mean like in your life. And if we were just to roll back the layers a little bit, and you don't have to focus on what you can only see. You can anchor yourself into the hope of Jesus. Man, that's really powerful. And I believe that God will do what he does best, and that's get people through things. And so, Brian, man, thanks, bro. This has been a blessing to me. Like I'm
blessed too.
I appreciate right now, man. This is fire.
Thank you. Yeah,
really appreciate you. Obviously, we're gonna stay connected and love the work you're doing.
Yeah.
Where can our friends here follow you at? Where can they find you?
Oh yeah, you can follow me. I'm primarily on Instagram. It's my full name, Brian Anthony Dunn.
Okay.
The same with my website, briananthonydunn.com.
Okay.
My father had the clever idea of making my initials BAD, B-A-D. And so that's my business. That's where I move is BAD.
Okay.
So I believe in inspiring bravery, authenticity, and dangerous living. So that's how you can find me.
Let's go, Brian. Hey, look, if you're watching, if you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and like, subscribe, share. Go follow him. Blow up his spot, man. This is really dope. And until next time, continue to rescue your world. We appreciate each of you. See you soon.